March is Endometriosis Awareness Month, and that is something I know has been really increasing in conversation, especially on social media. Can you help open the door to endometriosis? And Liz enjoys a graph and a drawing. I thought we would use this, but she is a professional.
So here is the vagina, cervix at the top of the vagina, uterus. This is where a baby would grow if you were to be pregnant. Tubes, ovaries. Got it?
Got it. Basics.
So in order to understand endometriosis, you kind of have to understand just briefly how your period works when you don't have endometriosis. At the beginning of the cycle, estrogen is predominant and it grows the lining of your uterus to prepare for a pregnancy, because every month your uterus decided we're going to be ready for a pregnancy.
Creating the nest.
Whether you wanted it or not, here's the nest. Then in the middle of the cycle, progesterone spikes, and it's related to when you form a cyst on your ovary that literally ruptures and releases an egg. Some women, by the way, feel this pain mid-cycle.
Yeah.
There's a German word for it, Mittelschmerz.
That sounds about how it feels.
It means middle pain in German.
They weren't wrong.
Here is when you release an egg and your fallopian tube grabs it. If there is sperm in your fallopian tube during that time, it will fertilize, and then it will come in here and implant. If not, the egg just kind of goes away, and 2 weeks later, you bleed. When you bleed on your period, blood and tissue come out of the uterus, out of the vagina. We're all intimately aware with that. But there's also some blood that can come out of your fallopian tubes. Now, your bladder sits here, kind of in the front. Your bowel is kind of going back here. Okay, just use your imagination. When the blood is in your pelvis, it just reabsorbs, and you would never know. Women with endometriosis, some of these cells that come out of your fallopian tubes, instead of reabsorbing, implant wherever they land. So whether that's here on your bladder, here on your bowel, here on your ovary, on your uterus, just really anywhere in your pelvis. And then the next cycle, when estrogen is growing the lining back, it grows the lining on whatever it implanted on. When you have cells that are literally growing and shedding in places that they don't belong, this causes a lot of inflammation and pain. It can get to the point where women are having symptoms if it's on their bowel with bowel movements, or if it's on their bladder with urination, painful intercourse, things like that.